bad. Good.
Dabbled in that a little bit, but I want to go back to something that you said. So you were basically talking about how it's on the fault of the person if they don't allocate that time or prioritize their time to make sure they fit their significant other in. So there was a friend of mine that I knew we really don't associate anymore, but she literally would wake up early in the morning. She would go do her some workout classes. Then she would go to work, and then she would go all across DFW teaching these workout classes, knowing good and hell well she had a husband at home. And then when she finally got home, he was expected to be okay with the leftovers. Because by now, like, she's used up all of her energy, and it's like,
that's right.
It's like, dude, you didn't clean the house. I've been out grinding. You didn't. So what is your take on things like that? Do you feel that she still should have prioritized her husband into her schedule? Well, if she was gone when it was dark, and then by the time she made it home, it was dark, and she was ready to go to bed.
I have a very strong opinion about this.
Okay, go ahead.
She shouldn't have prioritized her husband into her schedule.
She should not have?
She shouldn't have. Her husband should have been her priority. Her schedule should have came afterwards.
And listen.
That just is what it is. Like, there's no doubt about that shit. And I say that because, I'm divorced, and so I was married to her, same type of situation. And we're both busy ass people. And so, if you don't put your relationship first, and if you care about your career or whatever else first, then you really don't give a shit about your marriage, right? No matter if you say, "Oh, I care about you," no, that shit's first.
Right.
Like, all that other shit is extra because you can lose all that other shit at any given time.
Absolutely.
But when your work doesn't work out right, when nobody's booking your fitness class, who the hell you come home to cry to?
Right.
But you know what? You haven't fed me all week, so why the hell do you expect me to feed you? Right?
Woo! You said something. Hold on. Wait a minute. You said something. Announce my two special guests behind the scenes today. We have the voice, as always. He is here, and Sideshow Bob is here today. Sideshow Bob actually had a comment or a question. Talk to me.
Yeah, how you doing, man? I actually got the perfect question because both of you guys are entrepreneurs and that kind of thing. So I understand that you are accepting of a mate that is okay with your grind. So as far as your love languages, how do you get your partner to express the love language that you desire in the midst of your grind?
Is that a question for her?
Both of y'all.
Both of y'all. He said both.
Okay, I'll go first.
Y'all both brothers.
Yeah.
You gotta respect it. Like, you want a mate to accept how you go get the money, and the mate should appreciate that. But then at the same time, it's like when you desire love outside of you going to get the money, how are they supposed to expose that and express that to you?
That's what's up.
I asked a tough question. Say this.
So my love language is words of affirmation. I like to hear how you feel about me. I don't care how many times a day, if you have to say, if I get off the phone with you, I'm going to say I love you. You can be my best friend, you can be my mama, or you can be my boo. If I mean it, I'ma say it. Now, with incorporating that into my grind, because right now I honestly don't get to grind as hard as I would like to. My job is kind of taking priority, but we praying about that. At any rate, I'm still like out away from the house more than I would like to be because I'm grinding. To appease my love language, that's when text messages like, hey, hope you're not working too hard, hope you're having a good day, can't wait to see you when you get home. Or just a random text of, just wanted you to know that I'm proud of you and I love you. Whatever, just if we can't physically talk to each other or see each other, then text me or find a way to tell me. My secondary love language is physical touch. So then once I do come home, I'm gonna take a shower, and the first thing that I want to do is cuddle up under you. So just be, even if you're sleepy, don't get annoyed with me being all up under you. What you got to say?
Wait, what's the question?
Be-
Hold on. So for me, my love language is quality time and physical touch, right? So I personally, I don't think I have an issue with expressing those, given my busy schedule, but I'm also the type of person that I prioritize love over anything else I do, right? So, like, I can hustle, grind, or whatever it is, but if I'm really, like, fucking with you, then, like, the most important thing is you. I mean, not if we're just dating. I mean, you ain't that important if we're just dating. But, like, I'm just saying, like, if it's recognized, like, yo, we more than dating, like, then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I can stop doing what I'm doing for that. And so, quality time is super important. And to me, quality time for me probably leads to physical touch. And I don't know about no shower and cuddling, but, you can shower and cuddle, and then we can do some other things. But that ain't a lot to do. I don't think that's hard. But I just don't think that's hard. But I just feel like people have to prioritize. I mean, I honestly just think that's what it is. I think if you feel a certain type of way about a person, you're gonna do what you need to do for that person.
Right, absolutely.
And even when I was married, I mean, for the longest, I think when I got divorced, I was just like, yo, I questioned a lot of shit, but I was like, ultimately, you know what? That person just wasn't the person for me, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, I wasn't the person to make them do the shit that I wanted them to do.
Right.
And so, I think that's what it is. Like, there's always a person that will change for it, or that will do some shit for it. It just is what it is. That's whether you're a man or whether you're a woman. You either that person or you're not that person. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work a 9 to 5, it don't matter what the hell you do. Like, if you want to fuck with a person, you're going to fuck with a person.
Absolutely.
You're going to drop what you got to do. You're going to cancel some shit. You're going to miss it. You're like, oh, damn, man, I forgot about this. It is what it is. And you're not going to feel bad about it when you did it. Because, I love this person. I'm kicking it with them right now. It is what it is. And you won't feel no way about it.
I mean, they ain't gonna do it all the time.
Yeah, not all the time, because then you're going to lose your money.
You gotta understand, she gotta understand that when I do it, that it's a sacrifice. And vice versa.
But you know what the thing about that is, like, a lot of people, I was gonna say women, but I was about to get, people will get on you for that. A lot of people don't understand, like, sacrifice is love. And a lot of people will not sacrifice for you. Some people, and then people sacrifice, it's not a sacrifice if you're comfortable doing it. And that's what I think a lot of people do. I remember
it's not a sacrifice.
Exactly, it's not a sacrifice. Like, I remember I had this whole conversation with an ex about, like, I literally was like, yo, what do you do for me? Like, what have you sacrificed for me, right? And she was like, yo, I gave you $1,500. It's like, that ain't no sacrifice. Like, one, you had it. Two, if I just really needed it, I would have got it from somebody else. It wasn't about you giving it to me. It was about the fact that you would have done it for me. And so it's like, that's not a sacrifice for you. The sacrifice was like, yo, I wanted your time. But instead of you coming and show up for me, you did your own thing. Right? So a lot of people don't understand that sacrifice. Sacrifice is real